Berserk, one of, if not the most popular series ever made. Created by the late passing artist Kitara Miura, Berserk is a story about trauma, revenge, brutality, and the horrors of humanity. Without spoiling so much, the story revolves around a character named Guts who is a mercenary. He eventually gets picked up by a group called the Band of the Hawks, led by a man named Griffith, who is also a great swordsman like Guts. Unfortunately for Guts and the Band of the Hawks, they unknowingly go through a traumatic and catastrophic event that will leave Guts and his love interest, Casca, as the only survivor at this said event. Since the release of the first chapter back in 1989, Berserk has gone on to becoming a successful series, leading it to gain several different spin-offs from official animation studios. Our first Berserk anime was released back in 1997. It was pretty much an adaptation of the Golden Age arc, minus some important stuff like the ambush of Wild and the introduction of Skull Knight, and many more. The music composer of this anime was done by a man named Susumu Hirazawa, which is a name we're going to mention a lot in this video. As of now, this is probably arguably one of the best official Berserk animes we have gotten so far. Moving on to 2012, we got the Berserk animated trilogy films. These films are also an adaptation of the Golden Age, but they add a little bit more stuff from the manga that the original anime forgot, like the Kushan and the appearance of Skull Knight. These films also got the original voice actors from the 1997 Berserk anime, which I think is pretty cool. Overall, these films are great. Not amazing, but good. I can't really hate as much because these films were my first ever introduction into Berserk way back then, so I could give it for that. Now we move on to 2016 with the last ever adaptation of Berserk, just Berserk. The show only lasted for 2 seasons, which is surprising, and only really talked about the Hawk of the Millennium arc. And honestly, this one isn't as great as the other ones. I'll just spare you by saying don't watch it, but if you are interested and are a Berserk fan, I'll leave a link to where you can watch it. But just trust me, it isn't as great as the other ones. And now we just wait for anybody to pick up the project of Berserk and make a proper adaptation. And it kind of sucks too, because I feel like Berserk can make a really big comeback, given that the series is really popular in a lot of media, especially video games. Oh wait, I think Berserk did have a video. The first Berserk video game was released on the Dreamcast back in the 2000s, and the game was called Sword of Berserk: Gus's Rage. The Dreamcast Berserk game is set in between Volume 22 and Volume 23 of the manga. The story revolves around Guts, Casca, and Puck going into this town that is cursed by a plague that turns their hosts into horrific monsters. The leader of this town, Balzac, I'm not lying to you, Balzac, is in the works of trying to find a cure to this deadly disease that is plaguing his own town. Guts and his crew are forced to help out and solve the mystery of this deadly disease and put an end to it. The gameplay in this game is pretty much just a hack and slash. And just like hack and slash, there's combos, items you could collect, secrets, stuff like that. In combat, you have a lot of different tools and items you can use, like your hand cannon, your bombs, throwing knives, a healing pouch, and the best thing is a rage meter. If taken or done a lot of damage, this rage meter will build up and automatically turn on. The boss fights in this game are a mixed bag. You could get your really good ones like Zod, my personal favorite, and then you get some other ones that are just like, oh my fucking god, bro. What am I even supposed to be doing here, bro? Once you complete the game though, there are some added bonus features in the settings, like a gallery you can look over some photos, a character description area, a boss rush, which is really interesting to see in this game, and a little Puck themed little mini game, which is kind of cool to see. Also, the person who did the music in this game was done by Susumu Hirazawa again, which is great. Honestly, I've really enjoyed playing this game regarding of all the problems it has. If you're a diehard Berserk fan and really into Berserk like I am, this game will definitely be up your alley. Just keep your expectations kind of low. Also, little fun fact, this is actually the first time we ever heard an English dub of Guts, ever. So, I mean, that's kind of cool to hear. Alright, next game. We move on to 2004 to Berserk on the PlayStation 2. The story is pretty much an adaptation of Volume 22 to 27, minus the children arc. There's also a subplot in this game revolving around an apostle named Charles, who pretty much throughout half of the game trolls guts by showing him visions of the Band of the Hawk. Just like the last game, this is a hack and slash, but a way more improved version. It's almost like they took the problems from the last game and improved it in this one. The boss fights are way more better, the combat is way more better, and the rage meter isn't automatic, so you can turn it on and off whenever you want to. Unfortunately though, there is one big problem that I have to mention about this game. Unfortunately for most people who are fans of Berserk, this game was only released in Korea and Japan, which meant the only way of playing this game was owning the PlayStation 2 from Japan. If it's not from Japan, then you couldn't play it. Even if you have a Japanese PlayStation 2, you still have to go through the subtitles, because they're not in English, which means you had to translate the whole way through the game. Somebody eventually did mod the game to add English translation through emulation. Wow. Try to say that 5 times real fast. English translation to emulation, English translation to emulation, English translation to... Oh, fuck, I messed up. So, if you have a PlayStation emulator or own this game somehow, I would definitely recommend you playing this. This is probably one of my favorite Berserk games. Hirazawa also did the music for this as well, which is really great because the music is amazing in this game. Overall, I would recommend you playing this game if you have the chance. Definitely one of my favorite Berserk games, arguably one of the best Berserk games we've had so far, especially what's coming up next. Now we move to 2016 to the PlayStation 4 Berserk game called Berserk and the Band of the Hawks. Okay, where do I even start? So Dynasty Warriors. If you ever heard or played at Dynasty Warrior games, you kind of know what's up. But to those who don't know what a Dynasty Warrior game is, Dynasty Warrior games are hack and slash, role-playing fighting games, I guess. There's a lot of Dynasty Warrior games out there, mainly just based around like Chinese mythology, I have to believe. I haven't really played enough. I've only played this game, and yeah, his is kind of a mixed bag. So Berserk Band of the Hawks on the PlayStation 4. This covers almost everything from the manga. We got the children arc, we got the Count Slug part, we even got Wild in here, which is kind of crazy given how insane that person is in the manga. I did not expect Wild to be in here. Combat in here is exactly what you expect from a Dynasty Warrior. It gets really repetitive after a while. You do unlock different combos, which is kind of cool, but after a while you kind of just want to turn off the game, which kind of sucks. Because compared to, you know, the masterpiece we had with the PlayStation 2 game, you would think another Berserk game will try to live up to that, but it doesn't, and it kind of sucks. And for some odd reason, I think it's just because of the popularity of the movies, this game, particularly towards the Golden Age, has cutscenes from the movie. They just decided to use cutscenes from the movie to, like, you know, connect the story, which is kind of annoying, given that they already made animated cutscenes for, you know, most of the parts. I don't know why they just didn't continue on doing the animated cutscenes instead of just plopping off scenes from the movie. But, you know, I guess it's alright, you know, you can out past it by just skipping it, but it does get annoying. But overall, yeah, this game isn't as fun. It really does get repetitive after a while. Like I said, it kind of sucks, especially with the game we had, like, previously before this. I don't know why we decided to have the Dynasty Warriors. If you are interested in getting to this game, if you're a Berserk fan and want to get this, I would definitely recommend you getting this on a discount. But if you are a hardcore Dynasty Warriors fan, or just a Dynasty Warriors and a Berserk fan, then I'll recommend you playing this game. You might have a better time than I did. And that's gonna be it for this video. I really wanted to talk about Berserk for a while, particularly the video games. I just didn't know what to really talk about in the video games, like if I want to do separate videos or the story, the gameplay, I don't know. But I think I did well. But you guys let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this or not. More videos like this coming soon. Sorry that I haven't really been posting. It's been really busy with school and just a lot of stuff. I recently lost some of my data on the computer, so I have to get some of that back. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and let me guys know if you guys want more videos like this or not. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Alright, goodbye.